This video is going to cover the topic of systems of equation and solving systems of equation using the substitution method. So we already reviewed that a systems of equation is two equations with two variables. And then we reviewed how to solve it using elimination. Now we're going to solve it using substitution. Here are the steps for substitution. So this time you want to take one of your equations and you want to isolate a variable. So solve one of the equations for one of the variables. It doesn't matter which equation and it doesn't matter which variable. Then you're going to take that expression and you're going to plug it into the other equation in place of the variable it's solved for. There will be only one variable left, so you will solve that equation and get the variable, and then you will take that and you will plug it back in. When you plug it back in, you have choices. You can plug it back into the original two equations or to the one you solve for a variable, which you'll see in a moment. To me, that's the easiest one. Just like with elimination, there are two special cases. If the variables cancel out and what's left is a true statement, then it's all real numbers. So again, this is something like 0 equals 0. And if the variables cancel out and what's left is a false statement, then it is no solution. So this would be something like 0 equals 5. All right, dive right in. So solve using the substitution method. So I'm going to look at both of these equations. Neither of them are already solved for a single variable. And I'm going to say which one is the easiest thing to solve for. So I want to look for a variable that does not have a coefficient on front or a number on the front, because then I don't have to divide it by anything. And in this case, I actually have two. I could either solve the top equation for y, or I could solve the bottom equation for x pretty easily. So let's just take that second one. I'm going to say move the 4y to the other side by subtracting it, and I get x equals 1 minus 4y. Now I'm going to take the expression that is what x is, and in the equation I didn't use the first time, so the top one, I'm going to plug that expression into the x. So I'd get 2, I'm going to open my parentheses to remind myself that to distribute the 2, 1 minus 4y, close my parentheses, plus y equals 9. Now this reminds me that I have to multiply both of these by 2. So 2 minus 8y plus y equals 9. Combine my like terms on the side. 2 minus 7y equals 9. And then subtract the 2. Negative 7y equals 7. Divide by negative 7. And y equals negative 1. Now, I want to solve for x, but I can take that y, I could plug it in here, I could plug it in here, but I could also plug it in here, and then I only have to work one side of the equation. So that's the easier option, and I'm going to do that. X equals 1 minus 4 times negative 1. X equals 1 plus 4, and x equals 5. So my x is 5, my y is negative 1, or my solution set is 5, negative 1. Okay, example 2. Again, looking at these two equations, see if there's a variable that is isolated or that is does not have a coefficient, and x is by itself. So I'm going to take that first equation, I'm going to solve it for x. I'm going to move the 2y to the other side by adding it, and I get x equals 4 plus 2y. Then I'm going to take what x equals, and I'm going to plug it in the place of the other equation's x. So 2 times 4 plus 2y minus 5y equals 4. Distribute the 2 here. 8 plus 4y minus 5y equals 4. Combine my like terms. 8 minus y equals 4. Subtract the 8. Negative y equals negative 4. Divide or multiply by negative 1. And y equals 4. Now I'm going to take what y equals and I'm going to plug it in to the equation solved for x. So x equals 4 plus 2 times 4. X equals 4 plus 8. X equals 12. So x equals 12 or y equals 4. Example 3, solve using the substitution method. This time we got lucky and this one is already solved for y. So I would say this is a good indication if you're just saying solve a systems of equation and it gives you the option between substitution and elimination, you want to look for opportunities like this. If one of the variables is already isolated, it's definitely a better option to use substitution. If they are lined up where vertically I can just add them, I tend to pick elimination. But this one would be definitely easier to use substitution because it's already solved for y. So I'm going to take what y equals, plug it into the place of the y. So 8x minus 2 times 4x minus 5 equals 20. Distribute the 2. This time it's a negative 2, so make sure we carry that negative with it. Negative 8x plus 10 equals 20. And the positive 8x and negative 8x cancel out, and I'm left with 10 equals 20. 10 does not equal 20, so this is a false statement, and this would be no solution. Example 4, now we've got some fractions here. Nobody likes a fraction. So my advice, get rid of them from the beginning. So I'm going to look at my denominators of each individual equation. So I'm going to start with the top one. And so I've got a 2 and a 3. I want to find something they both go into, which is 6. And I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 6, one term at a time. So when I multiply 6 times r over 2, 2 goes into 6 3 times, and I get 3r. When I multiply 6 by s over 3, 3 goes into 6 2 times. I'm going to take the plus from here, so plus 2 times s. And I also have to multiply 6 by the 1 equals 6. Same thing for second equation. I have a 4 and a 3. What do they both go into? 12. So I'm going to multiply everything by 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times, 3r. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Take the sign from here. So plus 2 times s times 4, 8s. And 1 times 12, 12. Now I still have to isolate one of these variables. And none of them are without a coefficient. So I'm going to work to solve. Let's just say we pick the first one. And let's say we solve for r. It doesn't matter if you pick r or s. But let's say we solve for r. So 3r would equal 6 minus 2s. And then I would divide by 3. So r equals, I can actually leave this as 6 minus 2s over 3, or I could separate that out because 6 over 3 would be 2 minus 2/3 s. Now I have to take that expression and plug it into the second equation in place of its r. So that's why this is not so bad, because when you see, if I'm going to multiply 3 times that, my 3's are going to cancel. But you could have also done it here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in. And I get 3 times 6 minus 2s over 3 plus 8s equals 12. And these 3's cancel. And I get 6 minus 2s plus 8s equals 12. 6, combine my like terms here, plus 6s equals 12. Subtract the 6. 6s equals 6. Divide by 6, and s equals 1. Now I'm going to pause for a second and show you what would have happened if we plugged in this one. So you wouldn't need to do both methods, but just in case you had picked that one. 3 times r is now 2 minus 2/3 s equal, or plus, sorry, 8s equals 12. Now I distribute in here. 3 times 2 is 6 minus the 3 here and the 3 here are going to cancel out. 2s plus 8s equals 12. And I end up right where I was back here. So I'll eventually get to s equals 1. Now I have to take that s and I could literally plug it into my original, either of the original 2 equations or one of the ones we got rid of the variable. Or sorry, we got rid of the fractions, which would be a little bit easier. So I'm going to plug it back in here. 3r plus 2 times s equals 6. 3r plus 2 equals 6. 3r, subtract that 2, equals 4. Divide by 3. And r equals 4/3. So you can't be afraid of getting a fraction because it can happen. My advice would be eliminate it at the beginning so that when you're working, you're not dealing with the fractions. They may come back again at the end like they did here. All right, example 5, last one. So this time I've got an x and y on one side in the numerator, in the first equation, and in the bottom I've got them separated out. None of them have a variable that doesn't have a coefficient, so I'm going to have to move and divide anyway. So let's just say we go with the denominator, because all I'd have to do here is divide everything by 10. So I'd get x equals 4/10, which is the same thing as 2/5, y minus 1. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in to the x of the initial one. 5 times 2/5 y minus 1 minus 2y equals -5. I'm going to distribute the 5 in here. The first one, the 5s are going to cancel, so I get 2y. Distribute the 5 to the -1 minus 5 minus 2y equals -5. And the 2y and the -2y cancel out, and I get -5 equals -5. So my variables are gone, but what's left is a true statement, which means this is all real numbers, or infinitely many solutions. All right, that wraps up solving by substitution. I hope that helps.